Right, let's hope this works. I'm going to show you how to make a quick Christmas tree using auto shapes. Go to the auto shapes, click on the second one down, which is a triangle. Now it's important that they put their finger on the shift key and keep it there while they draw the triangle. That way you will get an equilateral triangle like that. Okay, then just click away. I'm going to do that again. Shapes again, but what we're going to do now is go further down a little bit. I'm going to try and do 6. So again, right down to the base, and you'll see it red line so that it clicks. Once it's there, I want them to move it along the bottom line still until they see that red line, and then they can release it. That's 2. Let's do it again. Down a little bit. 3, move it over, line it up. I'm going to do 6, but you can make it easier by just doing 4 or whatever. Right, again, a little one. Move it over. How many have I got now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's do another one. Triangle. A little bit down. Ooh, forgot to put my finger on the shift, so delete that one. Do it again. Finger on the shift. So they can always do undo if they get wrong. Move it over. And I'm going to do one last one. Shapes. That one. Finger on the shift. This will be a small one. That one, just move it over so they're all lined up. You get that red line so they're in the middle. Right, now what we're going to do is click the top one. Go to the fill. Choose one of these color schemes. Start at the bottom. 1. Next shape. Next one up. 2. 3. Next one up. 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one up, you get different shades. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one. So in fact, I could have done 7. I'm going to do the top one. So it's like that. Okay, now you've still got lines on the wall. So if you click and do that, that will select everything. Or you go Ctrl A on the keyboard and that will select everything. Then go up to the lines here and choose transparent. So that removes all of the lines. Right, you can now select it all and you can resize it. Finger on, this time you put finger on shift again. That way when you resize it, it keeps it in proportion. And you can move one there. You can then put your finger on Control and drag over. So you now got 2 trees and even 3 trees if you want. What they can then do is go back and change the color scheme of their second tree. What, I think I did that one, didn't I? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one I'll do for the top one. Choose that one. Okay, and you can do the same with that one, but I'm actually going to just delete all of these. Okay, so once it's done that, then they can, if they want, not necessary, but they can get this shape here, which is that one. Make sure it's the same size as that tiny little bottom one and just drag it out like that. And fill that with a gradient fill of the colour that we've chosen. Again, remove the thing. Now, because they're the same size, I can control and copy that one over there. And I can just change that so it's a green gradient. Okay. Now, if they wanted, they could, when they copy it or when they select it, they could just change the size like that. Or make it taller or bigger or whatever. Or you can just stick to having 1 tree if it's easier. Right, so we've got 2 trees. And I'm just going to do a quick background. So right click on the back of the page, background. I'm going to do a gradient sort of blue. Or a bit lighter maybe, gradient blue there. Okay, then you get this shape. Shapes, if you get, you can either get that one or that one, doesn't matter. I'll stick with this one. Click on the side drag it to the other side. Drag it all the way down. Right, just make it fit. It'll click to the side. Fill it with white. Again, take the line off. And then you go to arrange, rotate, flip vertically. And I'm just going to move it down so it fits. And then you go arrange, border, centre back. And you've then got snow in the background. Just make it fit. They can then add stars if they want by going to the shapes, to the call outs. You've got little stars here. If you do one, fill it with white. And again, take the line off. They can then just copy and paste it. So copy, and they can, or put your finger on Ctrl and literally just drag it around. It's easier to do that, or they can copy and paste and then move them afterwards. But it might just be easier to put, whoops, go wrong, delete it. Click, drag, and just move them around, and you've got a few stars. If you want, you can then go insert, word art, and write Happy Christmas at the top, so word art. If you write them separately, so Mary first. There's Mary, move it up to the top. Colour it in. Colour in the border. Make the border a little bit thicker. Change the font, so we got Christmassy sort of font they choose. Finger on the shift and resize it. You can slightly rotate it if you want. Once you've done that, copy it, finger on Control, drag it over, double click it, and change the text. Press enter, and there you go, you got nice Christmas, easy Christmas card.